Hey, folks, welcome to the broadcast. We're on the Campbell High School where the homestanding Dragons are taking on the Spartans. And as usual, we got the crew tonight. Alongside me, Sean King, I got my partner, Ryan Cummings. How you doing?
Hey now, doing well.
What about this camera on us
Hey,
tonight?
it's something new, but I'm kind of enjoying it so far.
Well, if I'd known that, I would have cleaned up a little bit.
Yeah, I'd have brushed my teeth at least. So.
Well, maybe a shave or something. Well, Ryan, first, before we get into the Spartans, let's revisit what happened over at Bowling Green High on Friday night. What'd you take away from that game?
Well, I tell you, the one thing I brought away from the Dragons game that night is that, they kind of put themselves in an early hole in the first half, but I really did like their effort in the second half. They didn't give up at any point in the game. Had a three-pointer to take it down to a two-point game.
Oh,
With
yeah.
under a minute to go, Donovan Hosel pops a three from the corner. But that thing goes down. It's a whole different ball game. So, I really like their effort, and you got to think they put forth that effort every game going forward. They're going to be pretty successful here in this region.
I think you're right. I mean, that's a tough place to play. And hats off to the Purples. I mean, I was impressed with them.
They played a great game. They played a very good team effort. I was very impressed with Scooter Hollis' second half. Not having anything there in the 0 points in the first half.
Yes.
Coming away with 15 big ones in the second half.
And 11 in the fourth quarter.
Right. Really helped lead his team to victory. And that's what you want out of your seniors. That's the one thing that it seemed like they got was a lot of senior leadership that night. And you got to think, being at home and in front of a big crowd, that's the biggest game of the year for both teams to that point, and always will be when those two teams play. It's going to be a big game. So,
you're right about that.
Both teams, I thought, played a pretty solid game. The Purples came out ahead. Had a very good team effort. Several players contributed, and I was definitely impressed with the way they played ball.
Well, it'll be interesting to see when they come over here.
Right.
To see where each team is. I mean, Bowling Green, like we said, I think they were coming in at 13-4.
Right.
Or might have been 13-3. Now that now they got 14 wins on the season. Very good team. And coached by D.G. Sherrill, he does a great job over at Bowling Green.
Yeah, he's got them playing hard.
Yes, he does. Well, that being said, we're going to move to the Spartans. Ryan, tell me a little something about the Spartans of South Warren.
Well, the Spartans come into this game with a 6-13 record. They're 2-6 on the road, so that's about on par with the rest of their record. They are on a current 2-game winning streak, and their last game they won at Metcalfe County 70-48. So, I've been told they're playing their best ball of the season. Anytime you get a new program started up, it's going to take some time before things really start to mesh, but, now may be that time for the Spartans.
Absolutely. Well, that being said, something I pointed out when we sat down to look at our notes, they're giving up more points than they're scoring.
Right, yeah.
So if you're doing that, it's awful hard to have a winning record.
Yeah, exactly. That's usually the sign of a team with, a sub-500 record. They're giving up, almost 53 points and only averaging 49. So, coming in, it would seem that, the Dragons' defense, with their defensive numbers, it'll be very interesting to see what the final score is and how it compares to some of the other scores that each team has had over the season.
Right. Well, the Dragons are coming in 11-6, 3-1 here at home, 7-3 over their last 10, and their points per game, almost 61 they're scoring, giving up 51. That's more indicative of a winning record.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of like what we talked about. If you're averaging less points than you're giving up, you're definitely going to have a losing record more times than not. But, on any given night in this region, most teams can compete. So it's going to be a very good game here tonight, I think. And, anytime a district matchup, you never know what's going to happen. So I'm sure the Spartans will come out and ready to play their game, and the Dragons will try to get into their game as well.
Absolutely. Well, we're just moments away from the national anthem, it looks like. About 3 or 4 minutes away from tip. Stay tuned for 14th District action here at Dragons Gym on the campus of Warren Central High School. Back in a moment. Hey, folks, welcome back to Dragons Gym on the campus of Warren Central High School. 14th District action just moments away. The Dragons are hosting the Spartans of South Warren. The starting lineup were announced. Josh Bartley, number 2. Starting guard, senior, junior guard, number 5, Luke Easley. Ryan was
Number 10, junior guard Travis Hardcastle.
Yes.
We also had number 21, guard Austin Bybee. Actually, I think he's number 23. I think we got a couple. And then also number 45, sophomore forward Brad Logston, who's a big body in there.
Hey, we got a little change tonight. We got Chris Porter Button, number 3, starting, along with the senior Norman Johnson Jr., Bledsoe, Nay Walker, and Carver. So Donovan is out of the starting lineup tonight for the Dragons. The tip is won by Warren Central. Over to Nay Walker. On the left side to Johnson. Back to Bledsoe to Chris Porter Button to Walker in the corner. Down into Carver. Goes up strong for 2. Was a nice looking move.
Yeah, it was a nice play. Good cross screen and caught it deep. When the big man catches it that deep, you got to think he's going to be able to put it in.
Bartley gets it across the timeline. Over to Logston. Cross away to Bybee. Back to Bartley. Hey, before I forget it, Bartley, a solid baseball player. He's going to take his talents after his senior year up to the hill.
That's good to hear.
So congratulations to him. Long 3, no good. Rebound, Carver of the Dragons. Johnson has it. Over to Walker. Looks at a 3, passes it up. Down into Carver again. Double team, gets it out. Still by Bartley. He's running the other way. Goes around the back, all the way in. No good. Tough shot. It's going to go. I think he just blew that call.
Well,
Bartley tipped it.
It looked like Bartley knocked it out of bounds, but the referee saw it differently than we did.
Sometimes that happens.
It's been a trend here lately. And
that's got to be a 5 count. No. They get into Bartley, guarded by Johnson. Nice screen by Hardcastle over to Bybee, down in the corner to Easley.
Yeah, Easley missed the 3 out top, and get a 3-second call.
We get the dreaded 3-second call on the Spartans.
Looked like it was Hardcastle, the junior forward inside there. Got caught in the lane for a little too long there.
All right, Johnson will bring it up for the Dragons. Just underway, folks. 2-0 Warren Central on the nice shot, little layup by Carver. Long 3, no good. We're going to get a foul on Bybee. The sophomore fouls a jump shooter. That's a cardinal sin.
Yep, and it looked to be an open look, and Bybee closed out a little too hard there, and it's going to be 3 shots now for Nathaniel Walker.
I'm going short, Nay Walker.
Yeah, that sounds good to me,
Ball
too.
in the air, good. 3-0 Warren Central. Just underway, 6:23 to go here in the first quarter. Second shot for Walker, good. I'll tell you what, he's going to be some kind of player.
He's got a great shot. You know, if I know he's still young, he's still a young kid here, but you know, being a junior guard, and there's another free throw good, but I really like his game. He's been the leading scorer for the Dragons in several games here this season, and a lot of it on his shooting ability.
Bartley's a one-man gang, beats the press. Hardcastle can't handle it, and for some reason Walker tried to save it. Maybe that's that youth we were talking about. He's got to let that go out of bounds.
Yeah, that ball was already almost out of bounds, and he tried to save it kind of between his legs, and there was no need in that because it was going to be the Dragons' ball out on the side.
That was a nice pass by Bartley, but Hardcastle couldn't handle it. They get it down into Hardcastle, out to Bartley, fakes the 3, gets at the free throw line, shoots it, no good. Rebound. Is that Hardcastle in there
again,
working hard? Up and in.
Couple of rebounds there for Hardcastle. And
well, he's a good-sized kid. They got him listed at 6'3". Carver going to go all the way in. They're going to get a double dribble on him.
Fans behind us wanted to walk there at the perimeter. I thought he got the dribble down before he did, but then I guess he must have picked the dribble up and dribbled it again there.
I think the hesitation dribble got him in trouble.
Yeah, and sometimes those big guys, you never know if they put the ball on the floor how it's going to go.
Loxton had it. He gets away to Bartley. Over to Easley, all the way in. We're going to get a blocking call. Much to the chagrin of the Dragon coaching staff.
That's going to be the first foul there on the Dragons. It's going to go against number 13, Byron Carver.
I like that Carver kid. He's going to be a keeper. Sophomore.
Yeah, you got to think, you know, if he's a big guy already. If he fills out anymore, you know, he's going to be even more of a force to be reckoned with in the paint there for the Dragons.
Luke Easley missed the first one. Here's the second one. Good.
Up and good.
5-3 Dragons. 5:27 to go, first quarter. We got a scoreboard out tonight. We got to look.
Yeah, we got to look
the other way here. Johnson all the way in, missed the shot. A lot of contact, no call. We're going to get a travel now on Chris Porter Bunton. Ryan Talent will check in for the Dragons.
Going to get Carver a breather.
I really like this Talent kid.
Well, I'll tell you what he's got is a lot of talent.
Absolutely.
And, you know, another young kid and good size on him and good athletic ability. Gets several blocked shots. And, you know, if he polishes his game just a little bit, I believe he's going to be a real good player here for the Dragons.
Bobby has it on the right side. Hardcastle sets a screen. He goes right at the free throw line. Backs it up now. Back to Bartley. The screen by Hardcastle. He may have got by with a bump. Over to Easley. They're the screeningest team you've ever seen.
A lot of ball screen action.
There's a little layup put back by Bartley.
And just like that, we got a tie game. 5 apiece.
5-5 in early going. The Mad Bomber is fixing to check in for the Dragons. They're going to call out off Warren Central. Drake Riley will come in as well as Dickerson. Bledsoe, Chris Porter Bunton will take a seat. And number 12, Jacob Smiley's coming in for the Spartans. Dragons got a full court press going. Bartley gets it over the top. Bobby has it right in front of us. Still on the dribble. Over to Smiley. Cross court to Bartley. Right at the top of the key. Dumps it down in there. That's Holman, I believe. Got it blocked. Gets it back to Holman. They throw it away, but Talent, he's on the floor. Ryan Talent.
Yeah, it looked like
he bummed up his foot.
He's holding his ankle there, so.
He's slow to get up. Let's make sure he's okay. It's a
Andre
big part
Bledsoe,
of this team.
Yeah, Andre Bledsoe will check back in for him. He limps off, and our head trainer there, Mike Carby, is going to take a look at him.
Carby on the spot. He's a quick one, ain't he?
Yeah, he's a good trainer.
He is. Carby's been up here a long time with the Dragons. Dickerson has it over the left side, puts a dribble down. Walker for long three, no good. A little bit long. Rebound, Bledsoe kicks it out to the Mad Bomber. No good, off the back iron. Riley had a good look, didn't get it to go.
I was surprised Bledsoe didn't put that back up off the rebound. I thought he had a
steal by Drake Riley.
Yeah, he had a good look underneath, but he passed it up for the open three, and Dragons get a quick turnover here.
Bledsoe down in the paint, takes a little jumper, good. Well, I tell you, he's really improved on that. The senior
really
Andre
has.
Bledsoe with the jumper right at the free throw line. 7-5 Dragons.
Yeah, and I think if you're a Dragon fan, that's something you really got to look for. Is you got to hope that Andre Bledsoe gets a little more aggressive with his offensive game. You know, he really has kind of just picked his spots, and at sometimes you got to think he needs to force it a little bit more. He's a talented ball player.
Absolutely. Smiley goes all the way in, passes it.
Another steal there by Drake Riley. That's 2 steals on 2 possessions on defense for him.
That's a good sign for Jacob, or Drake Riley, rather. Bledsoe gets out of there. He's double teamed. Down the corner to Walker to Johnson. Dumps it in to Bledsoe. Out to Riley. Long three. In and out. It rimmed out there on him. we're going to get a foul. Let's see
Yeah,
what
he
they
looked
call
like
this
he
on.
rushed that one a little bit. He had an open shot and no one around, and it seemed like he kind of rushed it. And it wasn't a bad-looking shot.
No, it's a good shot. Bledsoe picks up the foul and the rebound. That's his first, team second. The Spartans have one. Riley getting a good look at it, which is a good sign. They get it in.
Yeah,
Buchanan.
that's Rondell Green, I believe, checking in for the Dragons, seeing some early action. Also, Porter Bunton returning.
Green's a nice football player as well. Speaking of that, we saw the head guy for Dragon football earlier during our pregame, Coach Rogers. Buchanan has it. Guarded by Bledsoe. Over to Bartley, standing on the Dragon. Rondell Green has got him. He kicks it out to McDaniel. Back to Bartley. Going to go right at the elbow. Good. Nice looking shot by Josh Bartley. We're all knotted up at 7 again. Dickerson from Green. Beautiful. Lays it up and in. That was a great pass.
Yeah, good athletic move by Dickerson, too. He caught the ball and realized he had, a lane to the basket and did not hesitate one even for a second.
How'd you like that pass right there from Green?
Yeah,
right,
that was
right
a great
at the
pass.
half-court line.
Threaded the needle and got it to, that's two young kids communicating well together. Dickerson only a junior and Green a sophomore.
Yeah.
That's the kind of play, you're going to need from these guys moving forward. They're a sophomore and a junior, but this late in the season, they're starting to mature a little bit and learn their roles. And Coach Will Unsel's got to like what he saw out of that play.
Absolutely. A 30-second timeout will return to action right here. They're inbounding on underneath the Dragons' basket. Easley has it, and he's going to walk it up.
Okay, this
Easley.
quarter's really flown by. It's almost over.
Nice pass down in there. Missed a shot. Was McDaniel. I think it's going to stay with the Spartans. And it does. Smiley will inbound.
Yeah, I thought Bledsoe had good position there. The ball got knocked out of bounds. I really thought it was one of those situations
There's a block by Chris Porter Bunton.
where we're going to get a foul, it looks like.
Buchanan will draw the foul. Let's see who they give it to.
It's going to be on Porter Bunton.
Porter Bunton. That's his first, Ryan. Team's third. 2 shots for Buchanan. Hits the first one. I'm going to let you tell me who this cat is coming in.
Joel. His name is Joel. Ige Boonway.
Ike Boomway. We'll see how many times we can mess that one up.
That's not an easy one.
We'll apologize in advance, brother. All right, Carver returns. So we got Carver, Green, Chris Porter Bunton, Drake Riley, and Nay Walker for the Dragons. Buchanan, Smiley, Boomway. I messed that one up. Easley's out there. Carver with a nice move.
Foul.
They get him with a hook. Mercy. Tough call.
I'll tell you, I've seen a lot more of those type of fouls called this year, and I'm surprised to see it, honestly. But
Well, I mean, he didn't swing it. He just kind of set the edge, I thought.
yeah, I thought if anything, he kind of just set his personal space there. But they're going to get him with a foul either way.
They get him Buchanan. Up to Smiley. Goes all the way in. No good. Rebound. McDaniel. Easily comes down with it. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Buchanan goes all the way in. Should get a walk, and we do.
Tell you, I can see now, almost a quarter into this game, why South Warren, point totals and the points they give up are very low. They're very, very deliberate with their offense.
Oh, nice move by Rondell Green. Lays it in. Beautiful hesitation move by the sophomore.
Tell you, he's come in and really been a spark so far.
That looked real good.
You got to wonder if you're a Dragon fan, where is Donovan Hosel? He's over on the bench, but he's not been in the game yet. I thought I saw him on the bench.
Yes, he was on the bench.
He's on
early.
the bench, and he's probably the the leading scorer, so you got to wonder, what's going on there.
I'm not sure. Maybe we can find out. Between quarters, a beautiful move by Rondell Green gives the Dragons a 2-point lead. 11-9, Warren Central over South Warren. Bartley has it. Guarded in the backcourt by Walker, up to Smiley. Double teamed. Almost a travel, no call. Long three. No good. Rebound, Bledsoe. Like the way he rebounds. 10 seconds to go. Johnson kicks it down the corner to Green. Long three. I don't know if that got blocked or he got hit. He was short with it. A three by Easley falls harmlessly to the floor.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I don't think it would have counted even if it had gone, but the referee did hold his fingers up, so I thought he got it off after the buzzer, but it did not go, so it does not matter.
Well, there you go, folks. After one quarter complete, the Dragons lead. The Spartans by 2, 11-9. Back with second quarter action in a moment. Welcome back to Dragons Gym. Second quarter action underway.
11-9. Warren Central won the first quarter there, but pretty low scoring affair for both teams, but it's a pretty good basketball play, just kind of deliberate.
Nice little turnaround right there by Logston.
Yeah, that's Logston. Nice play out of the they had the quarter.
There's a block by Logston, I believe, down there on Walker.
He's a big kid, big 6'5" sophomore, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with around this region for a little while.
Johnson's having trouble getting it in. Now he gets into Green. Over to Riley. Back to Walker. Down to Johnson in the right corner. Guarded by Easley. He kicks back down in the post. Holman out front. Green has it. Back to Johnson. There's a steal by Smiley. Missed the layup. Riley pulls down the rebound. And the Dragons are off and running. There's a little jumper by Johnson. Oh, in and out.
Good looking shot. Just didn't get it to fall there by Johnson.
Here comes Bartley for the Spartans. We're all knotted up at 11. Low scoring game, folks. We keep this up, we'll have to start talking about some stories or something. Remember the time. Nice move by Smiley. See if he can finish. He don't. Swat by Andre Bledsoe.
Yeah, that was a big shot there big block by Bledsoe. And we've got Donovan Hosel checking in for the first time for the Dragons.
Senior guard.
Giving Green a breather there.
Tell you what, Green played well for the Dragons.
Yeah, I thought I liked, aside from that one shot that he didn't find the rim on, but other than that, he played very well in this time there.
Absolutely. Smiley has it, kicks over to Bartley. The screen by Logston. Riley is on Bartley. Looks like he kicked it around, dribbled it.
Another rebound there by Riley.
Board. Tell you something, Drake Riley has played very physical in his time this year.
This is kind of, especially this game, that's not really his game, diving on loose ball. I mean, he's going to be on the floor, but, he's not a steals machine. He's not a rebounding machine, but I
know he's got 2 steals and maybe at least 2 or 3 rebounds already.
He's played very well in his time in there. Hadn't been able to find a shot, which is normally his game, but, you've got to contribute in any way that you can. So
Hosel has it, kicks over to Walker. Guarded by Bobby, down into Johnson in the left corner. Dribbles in, still dribbling, going to go up. He's going to draw the foul. He should go to the line shooting 2.
And that's Ryan Talent back in the game there for the Dragons as well. So you got to think his ankle's is okay for him to move forward in this game.
That foul was whistled on the senior Josh Bartley. Sends Johnson to the line to shoot 2. Ball in the air. In and out. What is up with that?
Well, he had a jumper and now a free throw. Both do the same thing there. So if you're Johnson, you got to make this one just to kind of break the seal there on the basket.
Second shot by Norman Johnson Jr. Ball in the air. Good. 12-11 Central in an offensive explosion tonight. 6:09 to go here in the first half. The Dragons lead the Spartans by 1. 12-11. Bybee has it over to Bartley. Long pass up to Holman. Easily kicks it over to Bybee. Back to Bartley, and they're going to set the offense.
Yeah, I tell you, South Warren's handled the pressure very well so far this game. They got some experienced guards, it would appear, and they've handled the Dragon pressure.
Nice pass by Bartley. Goes right through the hands of the big fellow Logston.
Yeah, it was a good look, but I don't think Logston was really in any position to catch that pass, so it's going to be a turnover on the Spartans, and the Dragons will take over.
Here comes the Dragons. Johnson has it. Over to Riley. Kicks it to Donovan Hosel on the right side. Still dribbling over to Nate Walker. Bybee on him. Going to go all the way in. Fakes it. Kicks it out to Johnson. Over to Donovan.
There's Hosel back up to Johnson, and Donovan Hosel still looking for his first jumper. It's up. No good.
Talent goes down again. I wonder if that foot still bothered him.
Yeah, he may have a bad will. He kind of ran back okay up the court, but he had trouble keeping his footing on that rebound attempt.
Easily has it. Puts a dribble down right at the elbow. Looking. Fakes a shot. Gets into Holman. Lays it up and good. Just like that, the Spartans have their first lead of the night. 13-12, South Warren. Get it down into Talent. Kicks it over to Johnson. Little alley-oop the hard way. Goes down for the Dragons. They take a 1-point lead, 14-13.
Yeah, it was a very nice cut by Norman Johnson to find the opening. All the defense collapsed there on Talent. We're going to get a foul now away from the ball there on the Dragons on Nate Walker.
That's the team's 6th of the half. Next foul, the Spartans will be in the bonus. Holman and Bartley will go out. Hardcastle returns. Chris Porter Bunton in for the Dragons. So Porter Bunton, Green, Hosel, Riley, and Talent. Bybee, Easley, Logston, Hardcastle, and Smiley for the Spartans. I think Luke was looking to shoot. Lost it. Going to get a jump ball. It's going to go over the Dragons.
Good hustle there by the Dragons to tie that thing up.
Dickerson returns for the Dragons. Riley will go out. I like the way Drake has played tonight.
Yeah, he hadn't knocked down his shot, which is usually his game, but he really contributed in other ways tonight. And, that's the Dragons got to like to see that going forward. They need more defense and more rebounding.
You can never have enough. Rondell Green, guarded by Buchanan. Skips it over to Donovan. Going to go all the way in. Hits the side of the backboard. The Spartans recover. It's kind of a weird shot.
Yeah, he had a lane and just kind of put himself in a bad position there.
They're doing the weave out in front of his run. Bybee, guarded by Donovan, going to go up and in. Little shot, no good. Rebound by Dickerson of the Dragons.
Good ball control by Dickerson there.
Over to Rondell, down the corner Button. Long three, short. Rebound Buchanan. Tell you what, we're just stone cold.
Yeah, the shooting percentages for the Dragons have been pretty terrible so far.
Hardcastle with a tough shot, no good. Rebound, Rondell Green. The Dragons are off and running. He's going to draw the foul. Buchanan, good thing for them.
Yeah, I tell you what, he rebounded that thing, and he was looking straight at the rim.
Rondell Green was going from rim to rim on that one.
He looked faster with the ball than most of those players on the floor looked just running. And that's a good thing if you're a ball handler. You got to, if you can move quick with the ball, that's a big plus.
To kick it down into Talent. Faces up. Over to Donovan at the elbow. Kicks it out to Dickerson. Long three. No good. There's a big push. Talent will control it for the Dragons. He's short on the little jumper. Bybee carries it away for the Spartans. There's a lid on that thing down there. Good thing they got that goal in the second half, huh?
Yeah, I tell you, this has been a low-scoring affair.
Little jumper, good by Bybee. The sophomore guard, Austin Bybee, gives them a lead, a block. It's going to be out of bounds on South Warren. I think Hardcastle may have got his paw in there.
Yeah, Bunton beat him deep, but looked like you could have gone straight to the rim, and somebody got a piece of it there.
Riley will return along with Bledsoe. Porter Bunton will go out, and Ryan Talent will get a rest. Rondell Green will inbound it for the Dragons. Kick it in to Drake Riley, down in the corner to Rondell. To Riley, over to Dickerson, right by the Dragon. Another turnover, but they get it back. Jumper by Dickerson, good. Just inside the three-point line, and the Dragons take a 1-point lead, 16-15.
I tell you, I like Dickerson's confidence playing forward here. He seems to be more and more confident every game playing for this team.
I tell you, there's a lot of kids that can play some basketball here at Warren Central. That's the tough job of the head coach, William Unsell, is to figure all that out and put it together as a team.
Right, exactly. Because, on any given night, they've got about 10, 11 guys that could be in double figures, and then they also have their off nights too. So you got to kind of figure that out early in the game and see who you want to get minutes to.
That's Bybee's going to draw the foul on Donovan Hosel.
They're going to call it on the floor, but it's still going to be the 1-and-1 bonus now.
You're right. We're going to get some guys checking in. McDaniel and Holman will come in. Logston and Hardcastle will take a seat. Walker will return for the Dragons. The next stop, held ball. Bybee at the line. Here's the first one. He missed it. Didn't get to the fun part, and that's the bonus.
That's a big free throw miss there. Had a chance to take the lead back, and now Bledsoe
right over
the lead
Holman.
Back out.
Bledsoe strong with the ball down there.
Yeah, they got to. I really think they got to get more and more out of Andre Bledsoe going forward if they're going to really compete.
Oh, you hate that. We're going to whistle a foul on Dickerson right at the half-court line, and we're going to send the Spartans back to the line for the bonus. Who's shooting this thing? Smiley. Jacob Smiley. 5'11" guard for South Warren.
Yeah, you like that aggressiveness there by Dickerson, but he kind of just got a little bit of contact going for the ball. It could have easily been a steal.
The left-hander throws it up there, and it goes in. Smiley will get to the bonus. 18-16 Dragons. 1:14 to go here in the first half. Second shot up and good. I'm a little surprised at this score, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most experts would have thought Warren Central.
Nice move by Walker right there. Wouldn't go in.
Yeah, made a nice move to the basket, but thing went off the front of the rim and rolled out.
We're under a minute to go. I hear Derek Clubb, head coach of the Spartans, barking out orders. He's a good coach in his own right. That's a good hire. Rondell Green has it. 40 seconds to go here in the first half.
Dragons looking to get into some sort of a set here. Be interesting to see if they hold for one or try to, you got to think. You want to maximize your possessions at this point, only being up a point.
Almost a turnover right there, but is able to hang on to it.
Well, 20 seconds now to go here in the quarter, and the Dragons look content to hold for one. And at this point, I don't blame them here.
15 seconds to go, first half. Nay Walker dribbling at the Dragon. 10 seconds to go. They're yelling Walker to go. Let's see what happens. He's going to pass it to Bledsoe. Front of the rim, Donovan Hosel with the putback. No good. I don't think that's what the Dragon staff was looking for.
No, they don't look too happy going to the locker room there with that play. But I'll tell you, that was about the quickest first half we've had this whole season, if you ask me. 18-17, the Dragons with the lead, but I think kind of breezed by.
It did. From an offensive standpoint, it was ugly.
Yeah, it was not the type of game most basketball fans would enjoy. But I'm sure the only people probably enjoying this game are the parents out there.
Well, we're going to take a break. It's halftime at Warren Central. The Dragons lead the Spartans by 1, 18-17. Back in a moment.
Does your son or daughter have a love for the game of baseball or softball? I've been where they want to go, and I can get them where they want to be. Located at the Batter's Box, 2065 Old Louisville Road, Derek Alfonso, 270-791-9949.
All right, folks, welcome back to the second half of this barn burner. 14th District action tonight here at Warren Central. 1 point lead for the Dragons, 18-17. Ryan Cummings, tell me what you think about that halftime score.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a low-scoring game. It's got to be, to South Warren's liking. I had number 2, Josh Bartley, with 4 points, and I believe that may have been their leading scorer. For the Dragons, not much scoring either. I know Norman Johnson had a couple of points there, and also Kalen Dickerson I thought played well, and then honestly I thought Rondell Green played pretty well in his couple of minutes. But Carver, Hazel, who's a normal starter, did not play the first quarter, came in, didn't get much going in the second quarter either.
Right.
Some of these guys that are the veteran Dragons, you really got to think they'll step up here in the second half, but that's what Coach William Unsold seems to be faced with right now is a lot of these guys have been pretty inconsistent, and you got to wonder, the best players on the floor tonight have been a lot of the younger guys.
Absolutely.
So it'll be interesting to see if he goes with those guys or if he goes with the veteran Dragons who usually lead the way, but I tell you, if you're the Dragons, you got to be a little bit perplexed on what the best route to go is.
Absolutely. Well, I got a score at the half down Allen County, 32-31. Allen County Scottsville leads Logan County. So they're scoring a little more points down south.
Sounds like it.
All right, Bybee will inbound it for the Spartans. He gets into Hardcastle. Hardcastle to Bartley, guarded by Walker. Gets it across the timeline. Tough shot for Logston. Tip. We're going to get a foul on Hardcastle.
That's a quick whistle there on the Spartans. They only had a few team fouls there in the.
I think they finished with 4 in the first half.
Yeah, so that's definitely a quick one there.
Johnson will dribble across the timeline. No pressure applied by the Spartans. Over to Donovan. Hazel at just inside the 3 line. No good. We're going to get a hold.
I tell you what, I
didn't really see that.
He was way out of position to make that call.
Well, Bledsoe was just standing behind him. It went off the big fellow Logston. That's a tough call right there.
Yeah, that's tough to make when you're out of position. You got 2 other referees whose zone that's in, but that's been we've seen that several times this season. So
Bartley,
that may be becoming the new norm.
Fake the 3, or Easley rather, still dribbling. Guarded by Donovan Hazel. Over to Bybee. Johnson's on him. Going to drive in. He's going to draw a foul. We're going to get on the floor.
Looked like it was going to go on Johnson. That'd be the second quick foul here in the first minute of the half there for the Dragons.
Hit the horn there. There it is. Rondell Green will check in for Johnson. Coach and staff's going to have a quick word with Norman.
Yeah, I tell you, Green's played well, and
boy, in and out for Hardcastle. That's a nice looking shot. Donovan over to Bledsoe, back to Walker, down the corner to Green. They get it down into Carver, off the glass. No good. Strong rebound by Hardcastle. And the Spartans are off and running.
Good move by Carver. It would have been a tough pass to get it to Bledsoe there, and almost got the hook shot to go. It's kind of in and out, but good offensive possession at least.
Easley picks it up at the elbow, gets it down into Bybee. A little one-hander goes in, and the Spartans have a 1 point lead, 19-18. Yes, folks, we're in the second half. Carver with the long 3. No good. Rebound, Bledsoe. They want to walk, but no. Kicks it out to Donovan. You got to give this South Warren group credit. I mean, they're really playing stingy D.
Yeah, they really have. And, their stats coming in showed that they played good defense, but you wondered if it was part of the pace of the game or the defensive effort itself, but it's been a little bit of both here tonight.
Walker missed that jumper, and the Spartans come down with it. Bartley picks it up, fires into Hardcastle. No good, gets his own rebound, puts a dribble down, goes up and in. Right over Bledsoe.
Tell you, the offensive rebounding of the Spartans has been a key too. They've been able to rebound the ball very well on both ends. And on the offensive end, it's helped them get some second chance points.
Rondell Green has it with the dribble. Picks it up, throws it over to Walker. Guarded by Bybee.
Dragons seem very uncomfortable on the offensive end tonight. I mean, they've gotten in no sort of rhythm at all and have had, not very many easy looks.
Walker over to Donovan. Goes through his hands, able to control it. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 21-18 Spartans. Over to Walker. Back to Bledsoe. They're looking for Carver down there. Over to Donovan. Going to dribble in, kicks it out to Green. A lot of contact, and they're finally going to call that.
It's going to be the second foul there on the Spartans this half, and almost halfway through the quarter here, and not a lot of scoring again. Norman Johnson will come back.
Johnson returns. Green will take a seat.
Several subs coming here for the Spartans, it looks like.
We got Holman and Smiley coming in. Logston and Bybee will go out. I'll tell you what, we got to pick the pace up. I'm fixing to nod off over here.
Yeah, I was.
It's been a long day. Oh, nice entry pass to Carver. Up and in. A lot of contact. Carver is able to get it to go.
There's a 1-point lead still here for the Spartans, and they've really been able to get their kind of pace.
Head coach Derek Clubb gets the timeout.
That's a smart timeout. They were having a little bit. That was the first time that I'd really seen them struggle with that pressure, and having not used a lot of timeouts, that was a very smart timeout by Derek Clubb there.
A 30-second timeout.
Yeah, only a 30-second timeout, so we'll stick with it. But tell you what, both teams, if you're South Warren, you got to really enjoy where you're at here. Halfway through the third quarter with a 1-point lead and really dictating the pace of the game and playing great defense and kind of limiting the Dragons' looks. That was a nice post feed they got into Carver last time to where he got an easy bucket. But those have been few and far between for the Dragons.
Well, Bartley will inbound it on the sideline in front of the student section over there. Looks like they're stuck in the library or student section.
It's not as ruckus as what it was against Bowling Green the other night, that's for sure.
Hardcastle goes all the way in, off the glass, and good. Nice move by the junior.
Tell you, he's really having a good start to the second half here.
Well, I think his height gives us a little bit of trouble. He's 6'3", they got him listed. Almost a steal by Hardcastle. Johnson
again,
has it.
The defensive effort.
Nice shot right there by Johnson. 23-22, the Spartans lead by 1. 3:48 to go here in the third quarter. Oh, nice steal right there. They're going to get him on a double.
Yep, and that's the right call. It looked like he was looking to pass and picked it.
Nobody was there
up.
to pass to.
Everybody ran away looking for a fast break, and
that's some inexperience by our guards, and they shouldn't be doing that.
That's the thing. If you've got a true point guard, you've really got to look for them, especially a big guy. If you get a steal, that's who you're going to look for. And when everyone runs away, it's going to be a foul there on the Spartans. It looks like number 12, Smiley, I believe.
And you're right. It's his second. Team's third here of the second half.
Tell you what, this is going to be, these next couple of minutes is going to be a big stretch for both teams. If the pace stays where it's at, you got to feel good if you're a Spartans fan.
Absolutely. We need to get it to run a little bit.
And the Spartans really going small. They've kind of got their size off the floor. It'd be interesting to see if the Dragons can get the ball inside.
Poked away right there by Bartley. They're able to get it back. Long three by Riley. Oh, in and out again. Rebound Carver and the block by Bybee.
That's like I said, that's a big part of having your height off the floor. You're going to give up some offensive rebounds, and Carver with a big one, but I believe it was Bybee knocked it away from him there.
Riley had a tough three. It looked like it was going down. cupped out of there on him. Riley fakes a three. Guarded. Bartley doing a good job getting in his face.
Yeah, I tell you, they haven't given him much space, and all of his threes have been pretty contested.
Norman Johnson Jr. still with the dribble, guarded by Buchanan. Kicks it out to Chris Porter Bunton. Or by Donovan Hosel. Let's see if Don can get going right here.
He just hasn't been very aggressive so far this evening.
Tell you one thing, they're doing an excellent job on the defensive end. Carver up, over, no good. Johnson comes down with it, and he lost it out of bounds. Chris Porter Bunton did a great job of keeping it alive for Warren Central, but then Norman Johnson wasn't able to control it. McDaniel comes back in. 6'4" sophomore. They got some nice height on this team.
Yeah, they really do, and most of it's young, too, is the thing. You know, they believe, they got 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". None of them are seniors. So
intercepted by Dickerson.
Big defensive play there.
Riley tries to get it down to Carver, knocked away, and Smiley with the steal. Bybee will bring it across the timeline.
Yeah, that's one of the few turnovers on a post entry pass I've seen out of Drake Riley. He's kind of gotten a lot of assists this year on that play.
Oh, Riley draws a charge on Holloman.
Smart play there. He read that one the whole way, and that's sometimes being a coach's son. You're going to really be able to read plays like that.
The sophomore Logston returns for the Spartans. McDaniel, Buchanan, Logston, Bybee, and Smiley, the 5 for the Spartans. Chris Porter Bunton, Norman Johnson Jr., Dickerson, Talent, and Riley for the Dragons. Porter Bunton dribbles in, almost loses it, kicks it over to Dickerson.
Good defense once again here by the Spartans.
They're going to get a hold over there on Bybee.
I tell you, the Dragons have really got nothing going to the basket this whole game. I mean, they, especially out of the half-court offense, they've been unable to, to really get anything going.
Bartley will return. McDaniel will take a seat. Well, it's, something with Derek Clubb, the head coach of the Spartans. I hear him yelling him, stay down. I mean, they're low in their stance. There's a nice drive and the inbounds pass by Chris Porter Bunton. If you look at them just one-on-one defense, they stay low, they move their feet, and that's preventing the Dragons to drive to the hole. Kicks it off to Logston. He'll get it to go and draw the foul. Johnson with the foul. With that bucket, the Spartans take a 1-point lead, 25-24, and Logston at the free throw line for 1. Ball in the air. Good.
Yeah, that's one, really, if you're Johnson, you just got to really give it up. There's no way you're going to do anything. He had already caught the ball and was going up for an easy layup, and just the slightest bit of contact is going to give him an extra free throw. So, extra point there for no reason.
Almost a steal by Smiley. Kicks it over to Riley. There's a foul on Bartley.
1 away from the bonus now.
That could be big down the stretch.
Yeah, it really could in a close game like this.
Rondell Green will come in.
Tell you, he's got more minutes in this game than I've seen him get varsity minutes the whole year.
Well, that's what Patrick was telling me of Ward Production. Patrick Edmondson. Hey, Junior, hope you feel better up there. Junior Duff, he's here tonight, but a little bit under the weather. Yeah, Chris, he pushed off, and they're going to get him on that one.
I didn't agree with that one personally, but then again, there was a little bit of contact made, but I thought it was initiated there by the defense. So
Smiley off and running. Somebody stop that guy. Bybee has it. We're under a minute, third quarter. 26-24, Spartans.
Be interesting to see if they try to hold for 1 here.
Lost it. Oh, my gosh. We may be in trouble. He lost that ball, and it goes up and in.
That's one of the most odd plays I've ever seen in a basketball game.
Rondell Green takes it to the rack and scores. 28-26, Spartans.
That was a good-looking drive there by Green, and like I said, that's really one of the first plays out of the half court they've got going to the basket. That was a strong finish by the sophomore.
Buchanan has it, right side, guarded by Green. Over to Bybee, all the way over to Bartley. Fakes a three, dribbles in, blocked. Donovan Hosel blocked him, and it won't go.
It wouldn't have counted anyway, but good defensive effort there by the Dragons, blocked by Hosel, and Riley controlled the block. And 28-26 here, the Spartans are going to go in with a fourth quarter lead, and I don't think many Dragon fans were expecting that.
Well, I believe that's 11-8 in the third quarter scoring. 11 for the Spartans, 8 for the Dragons.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back with exciting fourth quarter action. Stay tuned for that. Hey, before I forget the chance, really, let's thank our sponsors tonight. Batter's Box on Old Louisville Road and War Productions for bringing this game to us. Junior Duff, Patrick Edmondson, thank you guys for all your hard work. Me and Ryan, we do the easy stuff, don't we?
Absolutely. Those guys kind of get us ready to go, and we appreciate everything they've been doing for us.
Rondell Green dribbles it in. There's Hosel at the line. Look at there. Right to free throw line. Hits the jumper and draws the foul.
I'll tell you, that was a nice play drawn up out of the quarter. They knew they were going to be getting the ball, and that was a great play call there by Coach William Unsold. Looks like Andre Bledsoe's going to return and get Drake Riley, who kind of had the assist on that play.
The foul was on Bartley. That's his third, team seventh now. The Dragons will be in the bonus the rest of the way. Hosel trying to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. Ball in the air, and it's good. And the Dragons take a 1-point lead.
I believe that was his first points of the night, if I remember right. That I'd say, my guess is he's probably, him and Nate Walker are the two leading scorers for the Dragons.
Smiley up in the front court. Stopped by Bledsoe. Turnover. Up to Donovan Hosel. Going to go up and lays it up and in. 5 straight points by the senior guard, Donovan Hosel. And the Dragons take a 3-point lead and a timeout by head coach Derek Clubb of the Spartans, a full timeout. The Dragons lead by 3, 31-28. We'll be back in a moment. All right, after the full timeout by the Spartans, they'll inbound it on the baseline under the Dragons' goal, 31-28.
After 5 quick points by the Dragons, they get to take it out to a 3-point lead, and Coach Derek Clubb takes a quick timeout to calm his guys down. And I thought that was a good placed timeout there for the Spartans head coach.
They try to get a screen from Longston. Bybee is able to get it up into the front court. He's guarded closely by Donovan Hosel, the senior. He gets around Donovan, lays it off, way too strong. Controlled by Longston. Hardcastle goes in, off the glass and good. I like that kid's game.
Tell you, he's really impressed me as well.
Green has it. Guarded by Bartley. Over to Nate Walker, back to Donovan. Back to Walker, long three. No good. Tipped around. Rebound by Bledsoe. Going to be knocked away by Josh Bartley.
That was the cleanest look that that Walker's had all night, I believe, and it looked like it was good, but just did not get it to go.
William
Timeout
Unsell
there.
calls a timeout. Let's see if it's.
He's unhappy with the effort on that out-of-bounds play there.
They call a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here.
Yeah, and he's hot over there. He's upset with his players. They did not get into the play in time and looked like they were going to run out of time before the 5 seconds was called. And he's very impassioned over there at this point. So, this has been this is a good close ball game. It's going to be, these last 6 minutes and 49 seconds are going to be very, very interesting.
Before I forget about it, where's Jacob Hall tonight?
I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him in the game, and he's not there on the bench. So I hadn't thought about that at this time. But also, what about Trevent Green? We haven't seen him tonight either. And I don't see him on the bench.
They get it inbounds. Green over to Nay Walker. Green's running the point.
Now, I'll tell you, that may be one reason we've seen Rondell Green quite a bit more. But
there's a kick ball.
I've seen, what I've seen, I've really liked out of him so far tonight.
I don't even see Jacob on the bench.
No, I don't see Green on the bench either. So, the Dragons are playing a little shorthanded tonight.
All right, 31-30. Approaching the 6-minute mark. Oh, nice. We're going to get a foul called. The foul was on Carver.
I thought it was a pretty good screen for a high school game, but they picked that up quick, and Bledsoe had 2 points taken off the board.
Oh, nice steal. Lays it up with Green. Donovan got his hand in there, I believe, or was it Walker?
I believe it may have been Walker.
And it went off Bartley's knee right to Green.
Green laid it in real quick.
33-30. Dragons lead by 3. Hardcastle going to go all the way. He misses his shot but draws the foul.
He's been a matchup problem for our big guys. They've had trouble with him. He's with his quickness, it seems like.
That's the third foul on Bledsoe, Ryan.
Yeah, that's going to be the third one.
Hardcastle at the line shooting 2. Ball in the air. No good. Short off the front of the rim. Drake Riley will return for the Dragons. And Andre Bledsoe will take a seat.
That was a big missed free throw there by Hardcastle. Made a nice move to get to the basket, but you got to come away with 2 points there if you're a Spartan.
Second shot, good. Easley will return along with Holloman. Let's see, Smiley and Logston will go out for the Spartans. Carver inbounds it to Rondell Green. Kicks it over to Donovan. Gets it down into Carver. Nice spin move. Back to Donovan for 3. No good. Rebound. Fight for it. Green had it, lost it. Bybee with a good hustle play for South Warren. Controls it. He gets it off there to Bartley. Guarded by Walker. Down to Holloman. Off the glass and good. We're all tied up at 33. 5:25 to go in the contest. The Spartans and the Dragons are all knotted up at 33. Riley over to Walker. They're looking for Carver. They get it down into Carver. Lost it. Got it back. Kicks it out to Walker. Over to Rondell Green. To Drake Riley. Going to dribble in. Looks. They're going to get a travel out of him.
Looks like we got a couple of subs coming in for both teams.
Buchanan returns. Norman Johnson Jr. for the Dragons. Buchanan for South Warren.
I tell you, honestly, I know Green's kind of getting his first experience tonight, but I really like what he's brought to the table. If you're a Dragons fan, you got to hope that he gets some minutes here at the end of the game.
A lot of contact, no call. Buchanan goes in, throws it up and in. 35-33, South Warren.
And I tell you, if you're if you're a Dragons fan, you got to be a little disappointed with the effort given forth here by the Dragons. It's just been kind of a lackluster effort. Coach William Unsel's got to see that. He's not happy.
We're going to stay here, folks. And while we have a chance, Ryan, let's talk about the 2012 inductees to the Warren Central Athletic Hall of Fame. It's coming up in February. The recognition is between the boys and girls game on February 3rd. The Dragons host the Raiders of Warren East. They'll recognize three players in a team. And that is Craig Eversole, great basketball player. And then the three-sport superstar, really, Chris Turner. He did it in basketball, football, and baseball.
Yeah, one of the best athletes that's come
Central's
through
ever
Warren
known.
Central, yeah.
And then Melinda Carlson was on that first state championship team Warren Central's ever known in 1982-83 Lady Dragons. And then this year, something new, they inducted a team, and it's the 83 Lady Dragons winning the state title. And the ceremony is on February the 4th at 6 o'clock here at Warren Central. They'll have a dinner in the cafeteria, then the ceremony in the auditorium starting at 6. Jumper by Johnson, good. Nice jump shot by Norman.
It's a big shot by Johnson, and, you know, being a senior, you got to think.
Almost a steal by Chris Porter Bunton.
You got to think some of these seniors are going to step up for the Dragons here in the fourth quarter.
They tried a back tip. Easley was wise of it, took care of the ball. 4 minutes to go in the contest. 35 all. He kind of got by with a little crowbar himself. Easley had that arm up pretty high.
They're going to pick up a foul here. It's going to be on 10. That's
It's on Hardcastle.
Hardcastle on the post there. I didn't see that one personally.
I didn't either.
I thought that they were going to get the push off there on Easley.
Well, Coach Clubb is not happy about the call. There's a steal by Hardcastle. He's going to go all the way in. And good. I tell you, he has played a nice game tonight.
He's really been a difference maker for the Spartans. You know, he's the one guy that the Dragons have really had some trouble with.
Down to Carver, puts it on the dribble to Donovan. He double dribbled.
Absolutely he did.
He dribbled off his knee. I guess that counts. Johnson to Nay Walker. Back to Johnson. Down into Carver. Puts one dribble down, lays it up. No good. Knocked around. Should be Dragons' ball. And it is.
Porter Bunton almost grabbed that rebound, and we're going to get Green back in the game. That's what I talked about a little bit earlier, is that I really like the way he's played. I think he deserves some of these crunch time minutes tonight, and he's been one of the best players on the floor, if not the best player on the floor for the Dragons tonight.
Oh, nice pass to Carver from Chris Porter Bunton, and that's going to knot it up. 37 all here in the fourth quarter. 3 minutes to go in the contest. Bartley gets it in. Holloman has it. He's looking, going to dribble it up now. Hands it off to Buchanan, guarded by Donovan Hansel. Over to Bartley, guarded by Walker. 37 all, folks. A lot of contact, no call. They want a double dribble. I think we got a hand on it. Steal by Donovan Hansel. He's off and running, lays it up, and good. It's going to be a block on Bartley, and that's the right call.
Yep,
he was leaning back.
He slid underneath in there.
Basket's good on the drive by Donovan Hansel. What the Spartan fans don't realize, if he would have stood up nice and tall, he'd have got the charge.
Yeah, I think
he started leaning back when the contact was coming.
I think more than anything, he was a little late getting there. And
I tell you something, too, Ryan. That's his fourth foul.
Yeah, that's a big foul.
They need the senior on the floor. Hansel trying to complete the three-point play. Ball in the air. No good off the back iron. Bybee controls it for South Warren. 39-37. 2:25 to go in the contest.
That's a big miss by the senior there on the free throw. That would have made it a three-point game.
Bybee with a jumper blocked by Green. And Bledsoe pulls it away off the Porter Bunton. Porter Bunton, too much dribbling. Hansel will control it. Off to Green, standing on the Dragon.
Tell you, the Dragons were lucky.
2 minutes to go. Yeah, they was. Porter Bunton has it, guarded by Hardcastle. Down into Donovan. Kicks it off to Green. Over to Porter Bunton. Down to Dickerson. Over to Donovan. We're approaching minute 40 to go in the contest. The Dragons lead by 2. 39-37. Down into Green. We're going to get a timeout by head coach William Unsell. That's going to be a full. A minute 32 to go in the contest. What a ball game. 39-37 Dragons. Back with the finish in a moment.
Does your son or daughter have a love for the game of baseball or softball? I've been where they want to go, and I can get them where they want to be. Located at the Batter's Box, 2065 Old Louisville Road, Derek Alfonso, 270-791-9949.
Ryan Cummings, this is crazy down here.
Yeah, I tell you, we were just having a good discussion with the scores table there. There's a low-scoring ball game here, and then there's also a low-scoring ball game going on in Franklin with Greenwood and the Franklin Simpson Wildcats there.
Yeah, 25-20.
Yeah, it must be something with this crazy weather or something. You know, that barometric pressure drop.
Almost a turnover. Get out of there. Good ball pressure by the Spartans.
Spartans coming out and pressuring the ball a little bit here.
Over to Johnson. Over to Donovan Hosel, going to dribble in. Kicks it off to Bledsoe. Takes the jumper, no good. Off the front iron. I don't think the coaching staff want Andre to shoot that. Under a minute to go, 39-37 Dragons.
Dragons got to be careful there.
Almost a steal by Carver.
Timeout.
Head coach Derek Clubb calls a timeout. Should be a full.
Believe it will be. So.
And it is.
You know, he wants to get a play together. His team's got a chance to tie it up or take the lead here. Under a minute to go in this ball game.
Well, Ryan, let's stay here a minute. What about that last shot by Bledsoe?
I tell you, that was an ill-advised shot, I would think. The Dragons coaching staff did not look happy about it. The Spartans came out in a little bit of a trapping defense, something that they have not done so far this game. The Dragons looked a little uncomfortable with it. I believe the plan looked to be for the Dragons to, hold the ball until a foul. You know, the Spartans have 9 fouls. That would have been 10. Put you in the double bonus and run as much clock as you can. So, I think that was an ill-advised shot by the senior there. That's kind of an odd mistake for a senior to make, and especially if that's something they went over there in a timeout situation and just called a full timeout.
Absolutely. Well, here's something to look at. Since the 08-09 season, the Dragons are 28-1 against Kentucky teams coming in this building. The only loss was the Bowling Green last year.
Right.
So I tell you what, the Spartans have played one well of a ball game. Here we go.
Yeah, you got to wonder if they'll drop some kind of a play for a three-pointer here, and try to sneak out of here with the win.
Bybee will inbound it over on the sideline in front of the Dragon crowd, the Dragon dance team over there.
They get the ball in pretty easy, and that Dragons drop back into that 2-3 amoeba zone, it looks like.
Bartley with a dribble, kicks it off to Smiley, looking, throws it across court to Bybee. Good! Just hit a 3. What a shot by Bybee. 30 seconds to go. Johnson over to Donovan. See if we can get a drive right here. Donovan goes up, lays it up, no good. Tipped, rebound by Logston. They're going to have to foul quickly.
Nate Walker with a foul there. It's going to be one in the bonus now, and looks like it's going to be Bybee who just knocked down that big three-pointer. You know, he's only a sophomore. That's a big shot. We just talked about it. You know, you got to wonder if they're going to go for that dagger three, and they sure did.
Was a good pass over there from Bartley to Bybee. All right, this is huge right here.
One in the bonus here.
Shot up, good. The sophomore stepped up big right there. Hit the three and hit the front end of the bonus. 41-39 now. The Spartans lead the Dragons.
Well, Bybee wasn't ready for it there. Now he'll step up and see if that throws his rhythm off. Sometimes, you know, that could do it.
Second shot for Bybee. No good. Rebound. Bledsoe. Here we go. 15 seconds to go. Johnson. Johnson dribbling. Going to go all the way in. Good. Ties it up at 41. They want to travel. Throws it up. No good. We're going to overtime.
And I'll tell you what, this lackluster game had quite a bit of excitement there in the last minute of the game.
I tell you what, the coaching staff wanted to travel down there on the Spartans, and they may have got by with one in the confusion.
Yeah, I didn't get a good look at it honestly, but I tell you, the coaching staff was going nuts. So, I may have missed that one myself. So,
well, in my experience, when you got the heavyweight down, you got to take care of business.
That was a big drive by Norman Johnson.
And you're right, and I think South Warren just let them off the hook right there. And you'll see what the Dragons are made of now when they come out to play this overtime.
Yeah, they kind of had a lackluster effort that whole game. From what I can tell, it just seemed like it's been kind of a down night for the Dragons, and like you said, you'll see what they're made of here in this overtime period.
You got to give all the credit in the world to South Warren.
Yeah, I think Derek Clubbs coached a heck of a ball game here tonight.
Well, he's a good coach. He's been around this game a long time. I remember watching him play. He was a fine player in this area. A good hire out there by that staff at South Warren.
Team seemed a little confused on which direction they were going to be going in there.
We don't want to move now. All right, balling up. Controlled by Bartley of South Warren. You know, he's got 4 fouls, so let's see if he can stay out of foul trouble for them.
Yeah, he needs to watch that elbow. He's come close a couple times. He dribbles with that arm out. And
he's got that hammer swinger going. Bybee guarded by Johnson. Over to Smiley. Bybee, the star of the game up to that moment. Smiley goes up, no good. Rebound, Carver. The big fella rakes that out of there up to Donovan Hosel. Over to Johnson, standing on the Dragon. Nate Walker over to Bledsoe. Donovan has it. Back to Walker. I like to see Walker get open for a 3.
Yeah, he hadn't had many looks tonight. I don't know if he's even got any points on the board.
They've done a good job on him tonight. Johnson has it on the left side. He's looking, gets it over to Walker. We done cut a minute off the clock. 3 minutes to go here in overtime.
Dragons really looking for, a good shot here. And
get it down to Carver. Donovan Hosel goes in, dumps it to Carver. A whole bunch of contact. He'll draw the foul. It could be on Bartley. Let's see. Now they're going to get on Hardcastle.
Yeah, it's going to be on Hardcastle, and that'll be his. That's the 10th team foul there on the Spartans. So every foul now will put the Dragons into the double bonus, and that's the 3rd on Hardcastle.
First shot by Carver, up and in. The Dragons take a 1-point lead, 42-41. 2:52 to go here in overtime. We're at Dragons Gym on the campus of Warren Central. The second shot good by Carver. Carver will go out. Chris Porter Bunton will come in.
And I tell you, I think that's has to do with Hardcastle. You almost got to play smaller when you have those 2 big guys. When you have Bledsoe and Carver both, one of them's got to guard Hardcastle, and he's proved to be able to get by the big guys on the dribble.
Almost a steal right there. Bybee just gets it across the timeline.
Good defensive effort there by the Dragons, kind of turning the intensity up there on the press.
Bybee has it, dribbling on the knee of the Dragon. Gets by, throws it up to Bartley. That's got to be a walk, no call. Bartley threw it up and lost it. Deflected. Whoa! Bartley deflected that right in front of us.
Yep, I believe Mr. Troy missed that one. That was kind of a scramble, and I believe that it looked like to me that Bartley had got his hands on it last.
Bartley deflected the ball. I don't know if it come back and hit Johnson standing here or not.
That was right in front of us. That one was, and
tough call.
It's going to be a timeout there by Derek Clubb.
Full timeout by head coach Derek Clubb. 2:09 to go in overtime. 43-41 Dragons. Hey. All right, folks, back to Dragons Gym. Promised to be a great finish. 43-41 Warren Central.
Yeah, we're already into overtime here, and this is still a tight ball game here.
Oh, Bartley dribbles off his foot. Tough break for the seniors.
I tell you,
he's played a great game.
That's one of the few mistakes that I've seen him make tonight. It just looked like that wasn't a
forced error,
right?
Yeah.
It just kind of looked like he dribbled it off his own leg.
2-minute mark approaching here in overtime. 43-41 Dragons. Donovan Hosel has it, guarded by Smiley. It's a dribble down, got his hand on his hip, lays it off the glass and good. A 4-point lead now for the Dragons, 45-41. Smiley has it, trying to break the press, he does. Kicks it down in there to the big guy, Logston. He's able to knock it over to Bybee. Minute 30 to go. Bybee leans in. He's going to get a walk. Good call.
Looked like he was trying to draw a foul, but the defense was too good by Johnson there.
Buchanan will return. That's a good call by the referee because he was trying to draw all the contact. And he got up in the air and come back down, then tried to shoot it.
Looked like the Dragons called a full timeout there.
A minute 30 to go. The Dragons now lead 45-41. We're going to take a quick break and be back with the conclusion of this wild game. Back in a moment. Hey, we got a final down in Allen County. Logan County went down to Allen County, won 65-50.
We also had a score. It looked like Franklin Simpson had taken the lead in the fourth quarter, 39-33 over the Greenwood Gators.
All right, the Dragons inbound it. Buchanan, a lot of pressure. Porter Button has it, gets across the timeline, and Nate Walker. Over to Donovan, standing on the Dragon. Back to Chris Porter Button, back to Donovan. A minute 10 to go here in the overtime. The Dragons lead 45-41. Porter Button about lost it, gets it back. We got a travel.
I'll tell you, when
I didn't see it.
That's knowing a situation when you're looking for a foul. I thought he got shoved into a travel there, but there's a lot of contact. But I'll tell you, that's the second time I've had I'm not sure if I've been on the same page there with that same referee.
All right, Bybee has it. They get it down to Hardcastle, lays it up and in. We got a 2-point game. 45-43 Dragons. Over to Carver. Back to Donovan. Oh, that's a dangerous pass.
Yeah, it's a long way to pass the ball.
Over to Chris Porter Bunton, over to Johnson. There's a tip. Donovan Hosel has it. He's going to dribble in, lays it up. No good. Rebound. Carver kicks it out. What a rebound by the sophomore, Byron Carver.
It's going to be two free throws now for the senior, Donovan Hosel.
Well, I tell you what, Donovan went in and tried to lay up. It rolled right over the rim, and Carver
I'll tell you, that was a smart
went
play.
high up there and got it.
That was a smart play by the sophomore to grab that ball. He could have made an attempt to put it right back in, but he wanted to kind of kill some more clock.
The first shot by Donovan Hosel, ball in the air. Good. 46-43 Warren Central. We get a timeout by the Spartans.
I'll tell you, there's been a lot of timeouts here.
It's a full timeout. We're going to step away. Don't go nowhere, folks. We'll be right back with the conclusion, hopefully, of this game right now. Back in a moment. All right, folks, welcome back to Dragons Gym. We're coming out of a full timeout. Donovan Hosel, the senior guard, will be at the line shooting one free throw. Hit the first one.
Yeah, this is a big one. You know, this puts it out to a two-possession game, and it makes things a little more difficult for South Warren.
46-43 Dragons. Ball in the air by Donovan. Short off front of the rim, knocked around, tipped. Bartley's knocked down. We're going to get a travel. Tough break. Hardcastle looked like he fell into Bartley, knocked him down, and that's a travel call.
Well, we got Drake O'Reilly subbed in there for the Dragons, and got to think you're getting a good free throw shooter in.
Well, that's a tough break on that one.
Yeah, because it would have been a three-point game, and honestly, the two players kind of collided with each other.
They did.
There's no way you could call a foul or anything. There's not really anything you could call other than a walk. You know, he kind of
Well,
caught
once
the ball.
he went to the ground, I mean, you
Right.
got to call that.
He kind of caught the ball as he went to the ground, and once he hit the ground, he kind of bobbled it a little bit, and it looked like that's what Coach Clubb was
wanting
wanting.
the juggle.
But once he'd already hit the ground, that's a travel. So
We're going to stay right here. 12 seconds to go here in the contest.
12 seconds.
What a game.
I'll tell you, yeah, this is,
It's kind of boring for most of it until the very end of regulation.
Right, and I mean, even with this overtime period, both teams are still below their scoring average, you know, so it's just been kind of a drawn-out, slow-paced basketball game, but a couple of big plays there at the end of regulation, and this overtime period has been played very hard by both teams. So
All right.
it'll
Norman.
be interesting to see what the Dragons pull out here.
Norman will inbound, throws it out to Riley. They're going to foul him, and they do. Riley will go to the line, shooting two. We're in the double bonus. The foul was on number 12, Smiley.
Yeah, you got to think that's this is the guy you want at the line here.
First shot by Riley. Oh, he missed badly off to the right side.
Yeah, lifted a little short.
This is a big one here. If you can get this one, you got a two-possession game. Ball in the air. Good.
That's the big one. That makes it a two-possession ball game with 10.5 seconds to go. We got another timeout there.
We got another timeout.
Full timeout.
Well, I mean, Hunt's only used 2 in the first 3 quarters.
Right. There's been plenty of timeouts here in this overtime period. It's kind of slowed the pace of this game down a little bit, but you want to make sure you get your defense set and make sure you let them know no fouls. You don't want, if you're the Dragons, you don't want the Spartans scoring with the time sitting still. If anything, you want that clock still moving. So they, the Dragons look like they're trying to get some sort of a defensive game plan. If you're Coach Derek Clubb, you got to hope for a quick basket, and then a turnover or a foul to get the ball back. Being a two-possession game, 10.5 seconds, that's a tough situation to be in. The Dragons have come out. Looks like we've got a couple of subs there. Drake Riley checking out, and that's Bledsoe in there for the Dragons. And the Spartans will have their starters in. Plus, it looks like we've got Smiley in there instead of Easley. So
Walker, Hosel, Johnson, Chris Porter, Bunton, and Bledsoe. Bartley's going to dribble it in, go all the way up. No good. Tipped around, pulled down by Bledsoe. He lost it. They kick it over to Logston, and that's going to be the final margin. I believe they counted that.
The basket,
yes.
So it's a 2-point game.
Logston laid it in at the horn. The Dragons escape with a 2-point win over the Spartans of South Warren. 47-45 in overtime. We're going to try to get some totals. Stay tuned for that. We'll be back in a moment. All right, welcome back to Dragons Gym. The Dragons escape with a narrow victory over the South Warren Spartans, 47-45 in overtime. Ron, before we get to the totals, way too close if you're a Dragon faithful.
Yeah, I'd say, they don't do spreads or anything like that in high school, but I'd say if there was one, then it would have been a much higher point difference between the two, you would have thought, going into the game. But you got to give Coach Derek Clubb and his Spartan Ball Club a lot of credit tonight. They played their ball game here in the Dragons Gym and really dictated the pace and kind of took the Dragons out of their element, really.
Well, you're right about that. I was very impressed with the defensive side of the ball. And be honest with you, you look and see how they executed, down the stretch in regulation. They ran a set play out of the timeout. And a huge 3 by the sophomore Beide.
Right.
And then he got fouled and was able to hit the first one, but he left the door open when he missed the second one. And then the great drive by Norman Johnson Jr.
Right, exactly.
Forced overtime. And that's what I said going in. I think right there they let him off the hook. Talking about the Spartans let the Dragons off the hook. And then the Dragons they got a few more plays in overtime than they did.
Yeah, the Spartans had a real chance to sneak out of here with a victory, and were just unable to kind of pull it out, and they're a young ball club, and Bybee hitting the big three. He's only a sophomore, and then to go to the line, he hit one of the free throws to kind of have a chance to put that thing out. If that's a 3-point ball game and rather than a 2, that 2 by Johnson, is going to turn into a 3-point attempt, which is much more difficult at the
and you may only get one shot at a 3. I mean, you miss it, you may not get the board. So I mean, it changed down the stretch.
Yep.
But a great game on both sides, the defensive side.
Right. It was a very, very good defensive effort from both teams. The Dragons didn't get a lot of turnovers out of their pressure like we're used to, and didn't definitely did not get, I don't remember, but more than just, 1 or 2 transition buckets that they got
Absolutely.
tonight. And, everything was hard. It was, there was no easy buckets given up by the Spartans. And if you're Coach Derek Clubb, that's a sign of a good ball team, moving forward.
Well, something, having the senior out there, point guard Josh Bartley, I thought Josh did a great job handling the basketball tonight. So,
right.
Hats off to him. A tough game. The Dragons do win it. You got some totals for us, right?
Yeah, for the South Warren Spartans, they were led in scoring, and I really thought Travis Hardcastle, the junior forward, had a big game and was a big time matchup problem for the Dragons. He ended with 13 points for the Spartans, and I really thought he kind of helped push that lead out for the Spartans when they kind of had really given the Dragons a scare there. And seemed to be a big-time matchup problem for the big guys for Warren Central. And then for the Dragons, led by 10 big points, and all in the second half by senior Donovan Hosel. Did not play.
We talked about that.
Right, he did not play the first quarter, but really and had no points in the first half. And he really came out and played a big second half and had some big buckets down the stretch. And then also Norman Johnson, who had the shot to put it into overtime, he ended with 9 points. We also had 8 points out of Byron Carver, and then 6 big points out of Rondell Green, and I thought he played one heck of a ball game tonight.
Yes, I thought Rondell, he grew up a little bit in front of us tonight.
Yeah, not seeing any real varsity minutes leading into the game. He really stepped up and looked very comfortable out there with that varsity squad.
Well, we don't know where Jacob Hall or Trevent Green was, so. Like you said, Rondell stepped up with the opportunity and played a nice basketball game.
Right, exactly.
Well, with that win, the Dragons will go 12-6, and I believe now they're 2-1 in district play.
Right.
And with the loss for the Spartans, they'll drop to 6-14. And that will do it. Where are we at Friday night?
I believe it's an in-town game. I think
it's Greenwood, isn't it?
I believe that sounds right. I know they're getting into district play, and so each one of these games is a big one.
Well, we'll be looking forward to that game.
It's at Greenwood High School.
Well, good deal. That's on Friday night. The Dragons will go across town to take on the Gators. Well, that will do it for tonight. What a game, a thriller in overtime. The Dragons win by 2, 47-45. And for all the fellows at War Productions, and Ryan Cummings is Sean King. Good night, everybody.
Good night.